Comes now the power. Workers are abandoning the town of Edgewater. Reed Thompson, Edgewater's administrator, wants to force these deserters to return to town by shutting off their power. Deliver Reed's message. Reed asked you to deliver a message to Adelaide and her deserters. Come back to town. Oh, this is the message. Come back to town because he's cutting off their power. Adelaide and her people are camped out in the botanical lab north of Edgewater. And we're on our way there, but there's a whole little area here that we're just gonna check out. Just to stock up a bit. Marauders hit this place. This one is locked.
Great work.
Ooh. It's a resident and a combat drone. Oh, it's a combat Carl. Scorched Journal. After sneaking parts out of the industrial sector for a couple of days, I think I finally have everything I need to build my own flying death machine. Okay, we see how this went. However, upon closer inspection, I'm not entirely sure all of these components will fit together properly. It's not like the board would build these mechanicals with custom tooled parts, right? Everything would have to be modular for all these mechanicals to run efficiently. I'll tool around with things for a bit and see what I can put together. After a few hours of experimentation, things are starting to come together. But I still don't have it down to an expert science. For instance, there's something wrong with the memory processing core that I can't seem to sort out. When I tried to install it, the unit made a loud buzzing sound and refused to respond to any feedback. I removed it, whacked it with a wrench a few times, and that seemed to stop the buzzing. Things seemed like they were working for a few seconds after I installed it again, but now there's a sharp clicking noise every few seconds. The damn thing's right stabilizer won't stop twitching. I'll try removing the processing core again and giving it a few more good whacks. That'll learn it. It was probably ticking because it was about to explode. Although no, it looks like it... Can't tell if it shot him or if it launched him backwards. Like it exploded. Based on this, it exploded and sent him flying backwards into the wall. So I'm gonna go with that. Evicted. Okay. One more. Oh, that's was an accidental press. Got a bed. Put it away. Or just pull it right back out when I go to loot. Alright. There's nothing else here. Let's head on up the road to this garden. Dead canid. 2 more dead canids, and there's a person up there.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
4 dead canids. 5 dead canids. You think you'd harvest these and eat them. But, okay. Grace Romero.
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
I'm looking for Adelaide. I need some answers.
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
Okay, well, I'm looking for the geothermal plant. Know anything about it?
A geo what? Look, plants ain't my purview. You're better off asking after Adelaide. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on ya.
Where can I find Adelaide?
Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
Well, you've got a quest for me, so I'll be back.
Much obliged.
Let's go meet Adelaide.
Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
Just who are you now? So you must be Adelaide.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
I'm good. I don't want any of your tobacco tea that has been in a spittoon. Is this your greenhouse?
No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice.
Well, I'm surprised you've managed to grow anything out here.
The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
Of special fertilizer. Okay. Well, it looks like you've made a home for yourself here.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
Okay, why did you leave your home?
It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
Okay, well, Reed sent me to make peace with you.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Well, Reed asked you to consider coming back to town. He's willing to make amends.
Make amends? Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
All right, well, Reed asked me to divert your power over to him. He mentioned a geothermal plant.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Well, your camp has a power regulator, and I kind of need that.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip 'em out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
Wow, who says things like that? A hero would do that. What have you got against the town?
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's Choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
Well, I don't like you doing that. Yeah, right there. I don't like you throwing that in her face to get me on your side. What do you have against people trying to make a living?
It's not much of a living. Every single person in that town has sold themselves to Spacer's Choice. The company owns them. Body, blood, and bones. You've been there. You've seen it. All anyone ever does is toil over a cannery. They give their lives for some heartless corporation, and then they're tossed into a Spacer's Choice brand cemetery.
All right, well, let's say I do help you. What happens to Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
So a bunch of people have to walk through a marauder and monster-infested wilderness to walk over to you for support. Most likely get killed. That don't sound good. You think Reed's just trying to spite you?
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
Okay. Well, I'll consider it.
I trust you will listen to your conscience. Anything else I can do for you?
Just seeing if you have any new dialogue. This might sound strange, but I don't know where I am.
That's not strange at all, dear. Few of us truly know where we are. The world can seem like a forest without end, and it is all too easy to lose one's way. But we must remember that being lost is the first step in discovering yourself.
No, I mean, I actually have no clue where I'm at.
This is the old botanical lab in Emerald Vale, on Terra 2. By the look on your face, I'm guessing you're not quite following me. Are you not feeling well? Ought to lay your head down if you're running fever.
No, I mean, I was kidnapped by a crazy scientist and shot into space. But thanks for asking.
That sounds like fever talk, all right. So why am I tempted to believe you? Where did you say you were from?
Well, I didn't say, but I arrived here from Earth.
I could do without the mockery. If you don't want to tell me where you're from, that's fine by me.
No, I mean, I'm from the Hope. You know, the ship?
Is that a new settlement of some kind? I haven't kept news from outside the Vale.
Huh. You've never met anyone from the Hope? There were thousands.
Oh, dear. I see what's happening. You've been taking Adrena time. That stuff will burn right through your upper story, leave you raving and babbling. You ought to try some of my purgative tea. Won't cure what ails you, but it will distract you for a spell.
Not if it was made in a spittoon, so you don't believe me.
Maybe I do. I don't know yet. Growing up, I heard my folks talking about the Hope. Always believed it was just a story we told ourselves to keep our spirits up. Listen, don't you worry about what I think. That's not important. Worry about what the board thinks of you going around talking about lost ships from decades past.
Why? I haven't done anything wrong.
You carry on about coming here from another world, and people will talk. Talk leads to questions. Ask enough questions, and the board comes answering.
Well, I'm not afraid of a board. What's it gonna do, just sit there?
No, but the board may have reason to fear you.
Okay, well, let's talk about something else.
I'm listening.
When we first talked, you assumed I'd come to live here.
I am getting old, you know. These two lamps of mine are not as bright as they once were. Or I might have seen you for what you are.
And what is that?
Remains to be seen. Might be the man that saves the veil. Might be Reed's personal gun hand.
Save the veil?
People around here lack the strength to effect change. Or they have the strength, but not the will. You seem to have both.
And why are you telling me all this?
A little prattling never hurt anyone, dear. You might even catch a little sense, if you listen close enough. I can't stop you from conducting your business down at the plant. I just want you to know that if you take our power away, you will have brought an end to our way of life.
You could always continue your way of life back in town.
Not under Reed's watch. He and I would come to blows within a day, and he would never tolerate my tending to a garden. This is my home. It will be my home even if Reed cuts our power. Simple as that.
Okay, well, you and Reed obviously have some sort of history.
That's because Reed was my boss. I was the cannery's one and only flavor specialist, you see. Remember that limited run of white chocolate saltuna?
Gross.
That was all me.
That sounds disgusting. Perception, though, there's obviously more to it than you're saying.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
I mean, that's kind of the end of the story. I don't know. There's nothing else. Well, I'm guessing Reed has his own side of the story.
I could not possibly care less if he does, but you're surely welcome to ask him.
All right, bye. Love how they're putting the blue light on you. Like, you're the moral choice to choose, right? All right, well, before we continue on with her, we've got some side quests for the people in this town. But if we check in the back room over here, you get the golden teeth because, well, we'll get into that. We'll just grab the golden teeth because we need those. Stretching, Parvati. Let's go see if Reed has a side of the story that we're not getting before we move on. I I do think she looks better in yellow. Hold on. Sorry. Sorry, Reed, that I get off the elevator and immediately pull a gun out. Let's switch Parvati to the yellow. I'll wear the blue. Oh, I should give her this one then, because it has an item in it. There you go. Because it matches her headband. So it just looks better. It's not important.
If you could see your way to getting us our power back, I'd appreciate it.
Wanted to talk to you about something.
Go ahead.
I think I've already asked him all of these. Is there no...
Adelaide was our only flavor specialist. We are a Saltuna canning institution. Saltuna without flavor is like a cysty pig without tumors, borderline inedible.
Okay. Yeah, I believe I've already asked him all of those.
Not a peep from me.
So let's go ahead and get out of here. It doesn't just look better. It's floral, but the yellow kind of fits the armor better. Honestly, I just throw in the Rizzo's one because it looks better anyways. But we don't have the Rizzo's armor. So, not that that exists, obviously. Let's go ahead and head to the plant. Because every other side quest we need to finish, we need to go to the plant anyways before we can finish them. The Aurora Borealis. Geothermal plant. Some robots.
I've always wanted to poke around in here.
Well, that's good, because we're gonna. Got a corpse. I don't think I have anything Oh, I do. I mean, again, they're not difficult, but we'll go with the electric damage.
This'll be quick.
Why didn't it shoot? Why didn't it shoot anything?
Everyone all right?
Oh, that's right. It's a... I got it. It's not a machine gun. It's a... like a... what do you call it? I'm thinking of the Tesla rifle from Fallout, but I'm sure there's an actual name. An arc gun. We'll just call it that. And if you were on the other side, you'd have to crawl under here to get in. Yeah, there you go. So's a pickaxe.
You're fast.
I was gonna say, that's what they say, or that's what she said, but that... You don't want that. So...
Incoming! Nice one!
I need to up the difficulty. Oh!
Everyone all right?
But I think it needs to, It is elite trooper armor. It is also yellow. Could work with you. I'm over encumbered already. Again, we don't need this. Break this down. Break this down. Just break this down. It's fine. I don't remember if you had to reload, but it's fine when I transition into an interior. That should fix it.
System. Investigating.
Incoming! Nice hit! Woohoo!
All right. It's another entrance over here. Electric barrel. Okay, what do we got here? Spacer's Choice guards. Power plant security terminal. Please select a command. Let's view those logs first. Error. Security logs inaccessible. In keeping with Spacer's Choice Company policy, all security logs have been terminated in the event of a major emergency, catastrophic event, or security breach. Attention. Scheduled security updates at the Spacer's Choice facility are critically overdue. Your last scheduled security update occurred on error, date not found. You are a member of the Spacer's Choice security detail assigned to this location. Please turn in your identification for immediate reprimand. Failure to do so may result in an immediate reprimand. Okay. We can turn off the fence, or we can arm the fence. We'll disarm it. You don't tell us you did something bad, or if you don't show up to get punished, we will punish you. That's what it is. I believe I got everything, unless there's a... Yep. See, I remember the junk. I know where to find the junk items, or the loot items. I just don't remember where all the story stuff is. Now we go inside, Parvati. Edgewater geothermal plant. From the planet to your living room. Plant worker.
The control room should be off to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing.
Just trust me, Parvati. You don't have a head. Emerald Vale, geothermal plant, reception terminal, terminal error, terminal memory purge, maintenance logs purge, personnel files, company notifications and messages purged, personal memos, purge incomplete. 2 files are available. Number 1, I had to borrow your copy of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering. Radio's been sputtering, and I need the reference. I returned the copy to the repair bay, so this is where we find the third copy. Access file 2, chaos everywhere. Mechanicals gone haywire, gunfire, hearing some screams. Oh law, I think that was someone's leg. Would like to leave early for the day. Please deduct delinquency fee from my pay. Thank you. Proud to be a member of Spacer's Choice family. All right. Someone lost a leg, and someone ran off. This doesn't make any sense. His head was here, and it exploded here. He should have dropped here. Not here? It's not important.
Wish I could do that.
Manager's office, terminal access. Welcome, Jay Braden. Why are your terminal entries not deleted? From Spacer's Choice. Subject, get it together. Miss Braden, this letter serves as an informal notification of our company's displeasure towards your management of the Emerald Vale geothermal plant for reasons related to exceeding your staff budget in your latest quarterly report. Please select 5 subordinates to be dismissed immediately. Additionally, please contact your office to schedule your official reprimand, our office, at your earliest convenience. Failure to schedule your official reprimand will result in an official reprimand. The Spacer's Choice family would like to collectively remind you that working for Spacer's Choice is not a right, but a privilege. Okay. This is from Jay Braden. To Spacer's Choice, no need for a reprimand. To the esteemed members of the Emerald Vale Development and Oversight Committee, I hope this letter finds you wealthy. After due consideration of your last letter, I have identified and terminated no fewer than 5 subordinates who were unable to provide sufficient justification for their ongoing employment. I would like to remind the Oversight Committee that while most of Emerald Vale has failed to meet its production and output quotas, particularly our agriculture and fishing/canning departments, neither of which are anywhere close to profitable, the Emerald Vale geothermal plant remains committed to providing cheap, cost-efficient power to the entire region. Regards, Juno Braden, Manager. From Spacer's Choice, a reply to the no need for a reprimand. Miss Braden, we have investigated the claims made against the profitability of the greater Emerald Vale region. Our offices agree with you. Agriculture and fishing/canning have experienced a steady decline, while the Emerald Vale geothermal plant remains somewhat profitable. Our offices are currently investigating ways to implement additional cost-saving measures, which will ultimately lead to a leaner, more streamlined, more efficient geothermal power plant. I guess that meant executing everyone and making the robots in charge. Please be informed that the Spacer's Choice Development and Oversight Office has taken a significant insurance policy against the Emerald Vale geothermal plant. The office would like to assure you that this insurance policy is a standard procedure. Do not attempt to interrupt, understand, or otherwise extrapolate meaning from this decision. As a special courtesy, we have deployed a proprietary team of engineering specialists to the Emerald Vale geothermal plant. This team of specialists has been instructed to refit and upgrade the plant's population of automechanicals free of charge. Thank you for your cooperation. Yeah, that means they sent some people in to arm the robots with weapons. Because why else are all the robots still up walking around and all the people dead by robots? Really put your foot in it, Juno.
Nice.
Music box. It's Spacer's choice.
Halt.
Alt. Alt this.
Great. Woo! Nice work!
Oh, some blood there. Leading down the stairs. Lost an arm, buddy. All right. Master control is this way. Got my fixer. Oh my god, what kind of a scope? Another plant worker. Oh. Someone got domed and then walked out of here. There are a lot of footprints, though. Mineral Vale Geothermal Plant, Master Control Terminal. Plant status, Master Control Terminal, plant status. This access report brought to you by Spacer's Choice. Emerald Vale Geothermal Plant operating at 22% efficiency. Power is currently being distributed to the Saltuna Cannery and the Botanical Laboratory. Structural damage detected. Please notify your design supervisor. Redirect the power. Failure. High likelihood of moderate or to severe structural damage. Redirecting power is an irreversible procedure. Power redirection function has failed. Manual override.
Where are we headed?
Huh. We'll ask you about that in a
3
bit.
switches. That'll be easy enough.
What are you talking about? Nothing told us about 3 switches yet. What do you mean? You delivered Adelaide's message, but Adelaide was like, nah, we ain't doing that. Yada yada. The plant's master control is reporting that 3 switches must be activated. Oh, I guess it did say 3 switches. I didn't read that part. Let's go in with my tiny little pea shooter. We need a geothermal security chief's key card to open that door.
Nicely done.
Geothermal Security's office terminal access. Unlock the door or personal files. Access personal file 079. Oh, it's personal logs of S. Tanaka, Chief of Security. This ties into the Die Robot. No. That's a little annoying. We didn't want that. Chester Higgins again. That whole head found him fiddling around with one of the mechanicals, so I had to write him up for tampering with company property. Just in case I'm reading this a couple of days from now and feeling bad for what I've done, let me just remind myself that I've warned him before. He's always been a little crooked in the skull. He was working on some logic module. I confiscated it. Should be in my lock away room for the foreseeable future. Got it. Access personal log 087. Don't, what is it? It doesn't tell me what they're for, does it? No. Don't sit right with me. Company's been replacing our guards with auto mechanicals. At this rate, I'm going to end up a chief of security with no staff. Just a small army of mechanicals knocking about, guns pointed every which way. Company tells us they're safe, programmed to treat us humans like their own. People are liable to break down, but an auto mechanical never will. I don't know. Doesn't sit right with me. But the company's never been wrong before, I suppose. Really, they've never been wrong before. Log 098. It also updates Die Robot. Personal logs. Worst has happened. Mechanical's gone crazy. Locked myself down here. Just trying to gather my courage. Gonna make a mad dash for the control room. Might be able to shut things down. We'll delete this entry if I return. Or if I ever return. Obviously he didn't, but we've got an audio message. But it's audio message number 6. Oh, it doesn't actually play it. Okay. Greetings, Security Chief S. Tanaka. This is an automated message initiated by Spacer's Choice Worker Safety Contingency Protocols. A security lockdown has been initiated. This is not a test. Your behavior during this lockdown will be reviewed during your quarterly audit. Anxiety is a common side effect of life-threatening situations engendered by security lockdowns. Fight back against anxiety with an ice-cold bottle of Zero G Brew. Zero G Brew, an ale that's good for what ails you. Go ahead and unlock the door. Warning, the facility is in a state of lockdown. Authorized passcode required. Spacer Thompson. Wow. What a code, bro. What a code. Worker outfit. Gives me melee skills.
Okay, keep him quiet.
Security, but
That's the last of them!
What does this do again? I didn't even check. Special ability is knockback. Okay, well that's not going to work with robots. Alright, that's the stereotypical, not cliche, what do you call it? Whatever, it's the door that leads back from the end of the dungeon back to the beginning of the dungeon. Yeah, that's what it is. Got someone who got blown away. Just trying to do her job. Got another person who's hiding out here and also got killed. Mr. Power. I do need to just drop all this armor. I keep it so that it gives me buffs that I might need, but I don't need the armor ones. I need the smaller, lighter ones. So let's get rid of armors themselves. What do I have now? That gives me sneak. That gives no bonus. That gives lockpick. So that's my hibernation suit, which I'm keeping. Tech skill. I'll still get rid of it. And then I want to keep Parvati's suit.
Halt.
Ready for this. Down they go!
Adjacent.
Well, I guess you got it.
Woo! We made it!
Okay, we got 2 workers who got mowed down. And a 3rd one who was, I guess, getting a drink from the vending machine.
Go away, Phantom!
Okay. So there is someone here. And our first switch.
Just 2 more. What'll happen to Miss McDevitt's folk if we send power to the Vale? Where are we headed?
It's Jeremy!
Self-diagnostics complete. Navigation systems operational. Combat systems operational. It's not the best choice. It's the Spacer's choice.
Well, that's odd. Why aren't you attacking me?
Hostile actions towards Spacer's choice mechanics are contrary to logical directive. Conclusion: all hostile automechanicals must be defective in compliance with Spacer's choice policy. All defective automechanicals must be permanently dismantled. Please allow me to assist.
Let me get this straight. You want to help me destroy the other automechanicals?
Affirmative. Mechanicide protocols loaded. Awaiting confirmation.
All right. Confirmation granted. I like the sound of that. Just be aware Jeremy can die. So, you don't want him to die, don't send him out. Or just follow him. Borrowed a copy of The Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering. I think it's volume 3. I need something to read down in the pit. Much obliged, C. Higgins. Oh, hey. We read about C. Higgins. Or we just heard C. Higgins. Does time pause when I read this? I don't want you to die, Jeremy. Don't die. When life gives you lemons, consider it a free trial from your friends at Spacer's Choice. Access repair log 0012. Repair bay, mechanics log 0012. Corporate just sent a team of technicians to conduct a complete refit of all our mechanicals, every sentry and drone. It's not my place to say so, but doesn't this run contrary to the Spacer's Choice mission of being as cheap as possible? Is that their mission statement? Just in case I'm audited, I would like to formally express how grateful I am to be part of the Spacer's Choice family. Spacer's Choice is the leading brand in affordable sundry across Halcyon. It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's Choice. And then an access log 20. Just finished a routine maintenance on our mechanical sentries. I found some strange modifications in their logic modules. I haven't had time to run a diagnostic, so I don't know what's been modified. All I know is that these modifications were introduced in our recent refit. Company went through the trouble of refitting every single mechanical in the plant not long ago. Guessing this was the work of those visiting technicians. I filed a report, but my supervisor told me not to worry about it. Said the company knew what it was doing. Ordered me to forget about any alleged modifications to the logic modules. Decided to do a bit of sleuthing by my own self. Got my hands on a logic module. Time to do a little experimentation. C. Higgins. So he started figuring out that yes, there were robots were fitted to kill you. got someone here. Don't get killed, Jeremy. I'm just looting. Don't die, buddy. Just looking around. Hold on. Hold on, Jeremy.
No, just leave me alone.
Let me go first. Okay.
No, just leave me alone.
Let's do a save. I don't want Jeremy dying.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Okay. Well, we'll go around the steam.
Don't mess with us.
Processing.
Engineering 20. Shut off the steam valves. Let's go ahead and do that.
Halt.
Incoming!
Sweeping the area.
You took one down!
Yeah, I did. Just gotta make sure my boy's safe. My boy Jeremy.
Want to go.
There's number 2.
If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the veil?
Well, Parvati, I think you're learning that you can't have both. Maybe. Possibly.
Gosh, that's clever.
So there's the other door. The other side of that door we saw a second ago leads to a workbench. And a dead scientist. And I lost Jeremy. Jeremy?
Get away!
You're alright, buddy? That is Jeremy. Okay.
Together! Don't mess with us.
Oh! Oh, there's another.
Nice one! Everyone all right?
Yeah, I think we're good. We found our third and final, so we're good. This should lead right back to the beginning? No. Not yet. This one leads right back to the beginning. Yes. Okay, 2 more plant workers were ordered to be executed by the robots. My gun away. This one lost his head. Blood on the one that tried to run away and hide. Knock some boxes onto you. Okay, let's go flip our final switch.
That's the last. sure what the ride is. Alls I know is the decision's final.
It'll be okay, Parvati. You gotta trust me. It's not the best choice, except it is, because I'm making the choice. Well, here's the security chief. With the key card, I'm gonna leave it here, because we need it for that quest anyways. Chester's passcode. Okay, Jerry, you should be good to travel as much as you want now, buddy. Jeremy.
Go away, Phantom!
I hear you walking, so that means you're safe, right? Jeremy? Alright, you're good.
Go away, Phantom!
We need to get down to
Get away!
Higgins. So...
Go away, Phantom! Get away!
anything over here? Yep.
No, 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 just leave me alone! Get away!
Higgins! Higgins! Sorry. My desk has my mic on it, so if I write a note, I just shake the microphone.
You're not real. You're not real.
There's our final book.
No, 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 just leave me alone. No, 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 just leave me alone. You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot, scram!
Is that a graphical bug or the... Oh, you're wearing glasses. It's the light shining onto your glasses. Sneak 30. I wasn't trying to startle you. Most people don't see me coming.
Most people? But I'm the only one left. No. Remember your first rule, Higgins. No arguing with the Phantoms. See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
Alright. Slow down. Tell me what's going on.
Clearly, I mistook you for one of the phantoms of my imagination, which terrorized me on occasion. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
That one's good. What do you do here?
Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
Yeah, you've done a lot. So, you were an engineer.
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries, repaired them, maintained, upgraded, did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
And that's why they didn't kill him, because we were told they were programmed to not kill the mechanics. Well, if you worked on these mechanicals, you must know a way to stop them?
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
Alright, persuade 20. I can deal with mechanicals. I made it in this far, didn't I?
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
Well, this would make sense if I didn't kill them all. Sorry. Engineering 10. Mechanicals follow the behavior of their logic module. Someone tampered with it?
Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
All right, any ideas where I can find a logic module?
Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security chief found me and confiscated the logic module.
All right, well, I wanted to ask you something else.
The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy.
No. How have you been surviving this whole time?
Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides.
Okay. Well, this place has been abandoned a while. What happened?
Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium.
All right, and you weren't killed?
I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
So that's your answer, but Jeremy says they were told not, or they're programmed to not kill the mechanics. All right.
Jimmy...
So you ate sprats?
Braised. Boiled, charred, skewered. Sprats are good eating, friend. Chock full of brain food.
Uh-huh.
Mechanicals lost their bolts.
It's horrible. How could this have happened?
You mean, why did the mechanicals go on a murderous rampage? Same reason any of us do, I suppose. The voices told them to do it. I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
It's a good thing you missed out, but I should go. So there's our final book. Grab that later. Instead, we now have a password that we could have used to make the robots fight each other, but even on hard, they're kind of not that difficult. Because they have an obvious weak spot, and I mean, I got the ability to slow down time to just walk in front of them and shoot them in that weak spot. So we good. We good. But now we have Chester's password. Modify the behavior. Select a new mode or select a new target. New mode. Automechanicals in this facility have been mandated to remain in guard mode. Any attempt to alter this mode is punishable by company law. Your infraction has been noted in your personal record. See Higgins. Please see your supervisor to schedule a reprimand. Well, he doesn't have one. A new target. Automechanicals in facility have been mandated to target intruders. Any attempt to alter this is yada yada, same thing. Define the intruders. Define intruders as Spacer's Choice Automechanicals. All persons or entities not identified as property of Spacer's Choice. Would you like to modify the definition of intruders? Yes. Got it. So then they would start shooting each other, but that ain't gonna happen. Instead, we're done. That is leaking lava. But okay.
Once we do this, there's no going back.
You gotta trust me, Parvati. Got this. You got this so much that I'm saving right here, right in front of it, just to prove that I got this.
Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
I wouldn't mind hearing your opinion.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
And if I cut off the power, they would be attacked by marauders and creatures. Well, I see your point. I think I'm ready to make a decision.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
No, I'm glad you did. I like hearing from you.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Red herring of a romantic interest, I take it. Okay, so once we do this, there is no going back. There's no going back unless we've saved. Let's plant status. Everything is at 22% efficiency still. Let's go ahead and redirect the power. High likelihood. Do you wish to continue? Yes. Where do we wish to send the power? It is irreversible. We're going to send it to Edgewater. Additional structural damage detected. Permanent power failure detected in the botanical laboratory. Notice blatant disregard for Spacer's Choice property has been logged. Please report yourself to your designated supervisor for an immediate reprimand. You can eat one. We'll say that.
I think you did the rightest thing you could sending the power back to Edgewater. A lot of people would have suffered otherwise. People I care for, even if they don't care much for me.
You lost favor with the dissenters. Now we gotta go try to convince them to return. Be nice if you could just fast travel while in a building so I don't gotta go through 2 loading screens, but okay. Let's do another save real fast.
What happened? Sprat fell into a transformer again?
Hope Adelaide's okay. Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead.
Wait, where's Zoe at? Thought she was leaning against a tree, but I don't... Oh, there she is. Okay. Just making sure.
I know, I'm trying to think. I don't know what you did to talk some sense into Zoe, but I appreciate it.
Okay.
Don't see why Thomas can't just get the generator up and running. Something I can help you with?
What are you doing, Batman?
Home is where the heart is. Marauders took that saying a little too literally.
Well, Adelaide.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
All these are just bad things to say, but I need your power regulator.
You killed my garden, destroyed my community, sentenced my flock to a lifetime of slavery in Edgewater for a power regulator. Well, shit, I wish it was personal. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
All right. You're being unreasonable. Come back to Edgewater.
As long as Reed is still in Edgewater, I will not return. Those are my terms.
Well, what if I deal with Reed for you?
You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together.
I mean, I get your kid died and Reed made the call. You're really being a child. Reed isn't going to just leave his post. I need something to help me convince him.
Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients.
And that's what's been happening to the corpses. They weren't being stolen and eaten, they were being stolen and mulched. And that's why we found the gold teeth here that belonged to Eugene. That's disgusting. Well, what happens when you run out of corpses?
Edgewater Cemetery's got corpses aplenty, enough for a generation's worth of crops.
Okay.
Look at that. The snake's come back.
I'd just probably shut my mouth if someone walked up and could easily kill me. And was also willing to do things for my people, save my people. You know, I just
Food's
probably
bound to spoil at this rate.
just probably shut the fuck up.
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what to do is all.
You won't survive without power. It's time to go back to Edgewater. Wasn't he exiled? Didn't he tell us that? He didn't leave on his own. He was fired, and that's why he had to leave.
I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again.
Well, you wanted to be an engineer, and I just gave you 3 books, so you're probably good.
You know something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my way to becoming one. I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox. It's just... Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. I go crawling back to my old life in Edgewater, and I'm as good as dead to her.
Why is that?
Adelaide hates Edgewater, hates everything Edgewater stands for, hates what that town does to people, what it did to her. We're the nearest she's got to kin. We go back to Edgewater, we may as well have stuck a knife in her heart.
Well, why don't you stay here? I'm gonna go try talking to Reed.
You know where to find me.
Hey.
Marauders can't see us in the dark. Wild canids, on the other hand.
Well, there's nothing left here. It's time to go back to Edgewater.
The matter's been weighing on me. Zoe came back, but I couldn't keep her from slipping out in the first place. Who's to say I could keep Marauders from slipping in? I don't see us lasting more than a couple of weeks out here. I'm loath to admit it. We're gonna have to make our peace with Thompson and hope he takes us back. Listen, we go back to Reed, hat in hand, begging for our old jobs back. Well, Adelaide's not gonna forgive us. She never talked to us again.
Well, Thomas told me the same thing.
Edgewater's not just a town to Adelaide. It's a symbol of everything that's wrong with this colony. A big, heartless machine of metal and gears grinding workers down to dust. We're the closest thing Adelaide's got to a family. We go back to Edgewater, she's gonna feel betrayed.
Okay, well, don't do anything. I'll go talk to Reed.
Sure, suit yourself. I'll be here.
All these adults here, and I'll go do it. I mean, I believe my character's also an adult, but...
How do you expect me to enjoy the adventures of the masked marketeer with no power?
By putting that cigarette down and turning the power on. Well, I guess you can't turn the power on, but... I don't know, doing something about it. Okay. Let's go talk to Reed. Mantisaur, examined. It's probably... No, I was gonna say it's probably the coolest enemy in the game. And I was like, no. There's that other one. Space is Quace. It's the same lights got knocked out on every lighting fixture. What do you think, Parvati? Oh, don't be like that.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
Well, I spoke to Adelaide. She won't come back as long as you're here.
Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes, but I have done my best for this town.
I mean, you let Adelaide's son die.
Her son got sick with plague a couple years back. Company never gave us enough medication to treat the whole town. So I had to choose, you see. Adelaide's child or someone else's. She's never forgiven me. I don't expect she ever will.
Okay. I mean, it's tragic, but it makes sense. Even though the plague is your fault, you were feeding people rats. Don't eat rats. It was his choice. Okay, again, I don't agree with the fact that the kid had to die. I don't even know if it was a kid. It was just her son. He could have been an adult. But it is Reed's... Reed makes that decision as leader of the town. So saying it's not his place to make that decision makes no sense. if you're given one syringe to heal someone and two options, and you're like, I have to make the choice as the leader, it was his choice to make. You've done enough. Maybe it's time to step down.
I'm a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home.
Well, Adelaide's people aren't getting sick of the plague.
I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic.
Best treatment is not eating rats. Have your people ever eaten an actual vegetable?
The very notion is just grotesque. A raw vegetable? Why don't you just ask me to go chew the bark off of a tree? We are a Spacer's Choice Saltuna cannery. We eat saltuna here, and only saltuna.
And I hate that I can't point it out. Oh wait, can I? What exactly are you putting in those cans?
Processed, liquefied, retextured saltuna rendered in a chemical bath, of course. Well, mostly saltuna. We've been experiencing a saltuna shortage, you see. So we've had to improvise. We've added wood chips, some mushrooms, bit of sand, tossed some canid bits in our processor once. It all tastes like saltuna in the end.
How long have you been living like this?
Couple years, give or take, right around the time the first wave of plagues hit the town. Now listen, I do not know what pretty rhetoric Adelaide has fed you, but plagues are a simple fact of life.
I don't think they are, man. Hit you with this 15 persuade here. Adelaide's found a way to grow food. She'll come back if you step down.
You'll excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
She's been using human corpses in her fertilizer.
Adelaide has been using dead bodies in her fertilizer? Come to think of it, that's a stroke of brilliance. What a remarkably efficient solution. Recycling Spacer's Choice property long after its date of expiration. I was wondering about those missing bodies in Silas's cemetery.
Yep. Well, the town needs Adelaide. She won't come back as long as you're here. And I think this is ridiculous. If she becomes the leader, Reed should be allowed to stay. But this... Moving on.
So Adelaide wants me gone. Trade my life for the life of the town. You understand what she's doing. If I leave town, I'm as good as dead. If I stay, Edgewater will die of attrition. Adelaide has discovered some secret cure for the plague, and she is holding my town ransom.
Yeah, I know. This is, again, it's kind of a dumb way of going about it, but this is the best ending for Edgewater. She's not a good person. I mean, he's not a great person, but he's a better person than Adelaide, if I'm being honest. Do what you want, or this town could use all the help it can get. And I can't make that decision for you, Reed.
No, I don't expect you to do any such thing. Edgewater is my own responsibility, and you have done quite enough for me already. If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
What are your plans?
Couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them.
Why not?
No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement.
Well, this can't be easy for you.
I have always tried to do right by my town. It has never been easy.
You don't have to do this, you know.
I do. Adelaide's found a cure for the plague, and she knows how to tend a crop. She's what this town needs.
All right, well, take care there, Reed. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's a better person than her. Yes, he screwed over the town a lot, but it's not all his fault. It's the fault of Spacer's choice. He's doing what he can with what he had, and he's willing to sacrifice himself for his town. Something she was not willing to do. She's willing to sacrifice another person for the town. And I'm against that idea. But if you want the best ending for Edgewater, kind of have to close all the doors and take their shit. As far as I know, you can never find Reed again when he leaves. I've read that you can, and yet no, there's no definitive proof that you can. I've never seen a location described, a video, or anything like that. So, once you come back here, Reed vanishes from the game. If you want to get his stuff, he has a unique hat. You can get it if you kill him. I don't want to kill him. As I said, he's a better person. I think this is kind of dumb. Adelaide's being a child.
Look at that. The
Shut
snake's
up.
come back.
And that's why her color now is red, to show that, yeah, you're making a bad choice with her, but you're also not making a bad choice with her. I talked to Reed into leaving. Come back to Edgewater.
I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward.
Sure, we've got our watch that we get to put in our room in our ship. Well, Edgewater's better off with you running the place.
You telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted. I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
Aye. That completes Come Now, the Power. And we're right back to Stranger in a Strange Land.
Got it? Inside voices.
So what do you guys got to say now?
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what to do is all.
Adelaide tells me she's moving back to Edgewater.
Adelaide said that? Was she sober at the time? I never imagined she'd step foot in Edgewater long as Reed ran the town. Something must have changed in Edgewater. Adelaide's good as family. If she's going back, so are we.
Okay.
Never liked Reed much. Can't say I'm sorry he's gone.
I don't know how you know Reed's leaving, but Thomas didn't. Alright. Well, I saved.
Food's bound to spoil at this rate.
Hope Adelaide's okay.
13 lives at the cost of 1 life. Wow. In the end, it's the best choice. You got anything else? I don't think you do. I don't want to talk to you anyways. I gotta loot all their stuff, but let's go finally end the first quest of the game. And the people left. They went to the constable's office. Hey, Parvati.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
All right, well, you've never been on a ship before?
I've worked on the occasional supply coach in need of repairs. Once I built a little model craft out of spare parts, but Mr. Thompson found out and I had to take it apart. I want to ask you something, and you can say no, but can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
You just met me. Why would you want to go into space with a stranger?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Edgewater was on the verge of collapse before you showed up. You sent them power, and now the town might see another season. And you talked Miss McDevitt into coming back to town. Maybe one day, Edgewater will have a garden where that cannery once stood. You ain't exactly a stranger anymore. You done some kindness hereabouts. I wouldn't mind following somebody like that.
Well, you really want out of Edgewater that badly?
Yeah, I really do. My whole life's been small. I realized that when you walked into town. I've been seeing the same faces every day, the same sky, the same stars. Then I saw this ship. This gorgeous, stately lady with her eyes turned skyward, and I made up my mind to come along with you.
Well, I'd be glad to have you along. Pick a cabin. It's yours.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Ah, Parvati. Before we board. Whoops. Before we board as I pull my pistol out.
That was a good thing you did, Captain. Helping to bring the deserters and Edgewater folks back together. I hope you rest well on that.
Yep. Let's board our ship. Now you're here, Max.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
What are you talking about? It says...
By verity, by strength. What are we contemplating today?
We'll talk to you in a sec. Hey, Ada!
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community.
Thanks, Ada.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I have a power regulator.
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Just cram it in there? Engineering 20. Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Thanks. that Hal? Let's do a quick save right here. Then we'll go speak to Ada.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I've installed your power regulator.
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
All right, let's get out of here. Just explodes. Against all odds, the Unreliable takes flight.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Well, I believe that ended that quest when we start our next one, so we'll answer his call in a bit.